Hi everybody, it's Andrea. I am sitting up at my son's school waiting for football practice to end. So I thought I'd make another quick video because I have been dying to talk about the scale. I guess you could say that I was a habitual weigher. I would weigh myself twice a day, every day for a long time, for as long as I can remember, maybe 20 years. It just was something I did. First thing I did when I got up in the morning, and last thing I did before I went to bed. And just this past April and May, I was doing a program because I was working really hard at trying to look good in a swimsuit for the Cabo vacation that Brian and I had planned. So I wanted to look good in my swimsuit, of course. I wanted to look pretty in the dresses on the beach. At least that's what I told myself why I was working so hard. I know now that it was something different. Looking back, I wanted to lose weight. And I had plateaued. And I was working so hard, getting up at 4 a.m. My nutrition was on point. I did not cheat. I made healthy choices, went out with friends. I wanted to see it pay off. I wanted to see that scale go down. And I've always had a goal in my head of a certain number. Of course, a lot of us do. At this point, I wanted to get into the 130s, which, if any of you know me, this right here is just difficult to talk about because I don't talk about what I weigh. But I wanted to get into the 130s, and it wasn't budging, and I was so frustrated. What am I doing wrong? It's driving me crazy. So I remember telling Brian at one point, I'm going to quit working out because working out's making me gain muscle and I'm not losing any weight, and I want to lose weight. I want to get to that number. I'm going to get to that number. I want to get to that number. And then I even considered cutting carbs out of my diet because I knew that I could drop some weight fast with that. Even though I knew going to Cabo and having chips and salsa, I'd gain it right back. I just wanted that quick weight loss. I wanted to lose weight. I was so frustrated because the scale was not moving. I even ordered this fancy scale off of Amazon thinking maybe my scale is broken. Is crazy. And of course it wasn't. It was exactly the same as the other one. Only now I know my body fat. So anyway, I was so frustrated. I never felt like quitting, but I felt like wanting to quit. I felt like a failure. But luckily I had a conversation with my coaches, and I remember telling them, I'm so frustrated. It's not coming off. I don't understand. My waist is getting smaller. My biceps are getting bigger. My thighs are gaining muscle. Why am I not losing weight? And one of my coaches said, Andrea, it's working. You're gaining muscle. The program's working. Muscle weighs more than fat. It's working. You're being successful. And of course I know all that, but I didn't listen because I wasn't at that number. I want to be at this number. So we did tweak my meal plan a little bit, and I followed a different plan that I had been following, and it worked. I lost some pounds and I got into the 130s. I was super excited. We went on a beautiful vacation to Secrets Los Cabos. I highly recommend it if you go to the area. It's maybe my favorite all-inclusive I've been to so far. But I was really good there. I worked out every day. I definitely had some splurges. The food was amazing. I made healthy choices as well. But of course I expected to gain some weight. But I would just take it back off when I got home. So I don't remember when it was that I got home that I stood on the scale and it had gone up to 141. I remember seeing 141. But what I remember most of all is something I hope to never forget. I didn't care. I could care less that I had gained weight. I could care less that I'm not in the 130s. I can tell that I'm succeeding because I get up at 4 a.m. every day and I work out and I eat healthy And I wouldn't continue to do those things if it wasn't working. I've learned that there's so many more ways to measure if I'm being successful in these programs or not. One of them is simply completing the program. Did I make it the 21 days, staying on track and working out every day, or the 30 days or 60 days, whatever program I'm doing? That right there is something to be successful about, to be happy about. Definitely looking back, the loss of inches, the gaining of inches, which is hard for me, that if you're going to gain muscle, your arms might get a little bit bigger, my legs might get a little bit bigger, but it's muscle, it's healthy. So I've learned there's so much more about me than a number, because looking back, I didn't really even want to lose weight. I wanted to be a number. I just wanted to weigh that number and stay at that number and weigh that number when I woke up and weigh that number when I went to bed. And it's crazy. And I'm so happy that I've learned to let that go. And I encourage all of you to look past that number on the scale. The scale can be a great tool, but it can also really mess with our heads. So yeah, use it as a tool if you want to, but look at all the other ways to measure your success on this health and fitness journey as well. So as always, if you want any more information on how I got to where I am today, that I don't care about the scale so much and sharing what I weigh, send me a message or comment on this and I'll reach out to you. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.